Dads, don't worry, you're not failing, please. I've talked to so many fathers who feel like they're doing a bad job at raising their kids. That gives them self-worth issues. That makes them feel like they're also failing their wife. And so this creates this cascade effect of feeling like you're a pile of suck. Now, I want to clarify how you can be an amazing father, stay an amazing father, create a massive legacy that is infused in your children, and win the day, win the life. If this sounds of any interest to you, then let's get into this video now. Alright, welcome to this video. My name is Andrew Love and I'm the founder of Whole Goals, where it is my job, as I see it, to help you reclaim your mind, heart, body, and soul, especially for you fathers and husbands, so that you can become an unstoppable force of good in this world. And here's the thing. So many of you, because you're watching this, these type of videos attract really good guys. But a lot of good guys think that they suck. This is a really big problem in this world because a lot of the most confident people are just arrogant and they're not so great. And a lot of the really great, truly humble, amazing people don't understand their value. So I want to resolve this in this video. And I want to teach you how you can tilt the odds in your favor of winning each moment with your kids, winning each day, week, month, year, life. And if you can do that, then you can go to sleep feeling good about yourself. You can go to sleep feeling like you've done a good job with your kids, like you're passing off the best of yourself instead of all of your insecurities. Nobody wants that. So I have 2 tips in this video, just 2. And the second tip has a few sub-tips, but it's a really simple video. And if you can change your framework, then you can change the game work. Kind of rhymes? Come on, give that to me. Don't judge me, it rhymed. So the first step is really important, and that is to not compare yourself to other people, especially the social media version of the people that you're looking at. We can look at celebrities and say, oh, I wish I could give my kids exotic vacations in this place and that place. I lived in Hollywood for a while. I met a bunch of celebrities. I babysat a bunch of their kids actually for a while. And trust me, celebrities and their kids have very messed up relationships. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So please do not compare yourself to anybody. Here's why. There is no other father-son, father-daughter dynamic that has ever existed that's exactly like yours. It's unique because you have trillions of cells, your kids have trillions of cells, they have unique DNA, and so there's no way in which you can compare yourself to anybody anyway, because everybody's super different. Although there are some similar themes that you'll see happening in your relationship that happen to other dads and daughters or sons, it doesn't matter. Yours, at the end of the day, is unique. And it's gonna require you to come up with unique solutions, because you can't give your kid generic advice, generic clothing, generic food. They're specific and they have certain needs that are tailored to them. Let's just stop the comparing ourselves game, and this will automatically alleviate so much pain from your life, because a lot of our misery when it comes to feeling like a crappy dad is looking at the other dads in our lives saying, oh, they're more confident, they're funnier, they're more engaging with their kids. And although if you see some people and that gives you a hint of what you'd like to be more of, then that's great if you use it to your benefit. But in earnest, most of us use that to our detriment because we look at other people and we say, I'm not like them, I suck. That's just like this weird equation that we create. They're cool, and therefore I'm not cool, I suck. That's the weirdest math in the world. How about, hey, they're cool, I like what they're doing, maybe I can learn from them. Completely different. So the main thing is don't compare, learn. Learn from other people, don't compare yourself. Got it?
And I'd just like to really say that sometimes in my videos, people don't know how old I am, they don't even know if I have kids. Trust me, I've been married for 10 years, almost 10 years, and I have 3 sons. Please, this is coming from experience, and it's also coming from all the other fathers that I've helped around the world and the work that I do. Am I qualified yet? Will you listen to me?
Now back to business. The second tip is you need to define what success looks like. This is such an obvious solution that eludes most people. You see, we compare ourselves to other people and we say, oh, they're successful and I'm not. But you haven't even defined what success looks like. Is it happiness all the time? Because nobody in the world is happy all the time. Is it having the perfect advice for every situation? That doesn't exist. Anybody who claims to have the perfect advice for every situation is out of their mind. They're probably on a street corner shouting at people and nobody wants to listen to them. It's good to think and to inherit wisdom to other people. That's great. But there's gonna be some times where your advice falls flat, and that's fine. So understand that that's on you. Your work is defining what does success look like. And I wanna offer you some advice on categories that would be good to measure, to say, am I doing a good enough job in this? And how can I get better every single day in this area? So one area is travel, okay? I myself travel a lot with my family. My kids, one of them is still under 3 years old and he's been to something like 6 countries. His first birthday was in the air between Korea and America. Like he had a 36-hour birthday. I'd never heard of that before. It was completely by happenstance. But like for us, traveling is important, but we don't want to travel all the time. We traveled for a couple years and after a while it started to grind on us and we realized, wait, we don't want to be traveling all the time. We'd love to travel some of the time, but have a home to come back to. So during this time of traveling, I was going through a bit of an existential crisis because I had people in my life saying, when are you gonna settle down? When are you gonna have a normal house and a neighborhood and a community that you just are stuck in for the rest of your life? And I was like, that doesn't sound cool. I want to travel. But then after traveling for 2 years, I was like, that is somewhat attractive to have like a home base. Another thing is education. So you see a lot of parents, they are constantly comparing themselves to other parents and their kids are going to school all day and then after school programs and they have this calendar that's completely filled up. The kid is being chauffeured from one place to the other and then they're like, oh, they're doing so much for their kids. So again, to learn what type of education would you like your kids to have? A traditional school? A private school? A lot of people were pressuring our kids through me. They were like, you need to put your kids in a normal school because we were doing homeschooling. And then that was kind of a lot of pressure on our family. My wife wasn't so comfortable with it. So then you know what we did? We helped to start a school and now our kids are enrolled in a school that we helped to start based on the Acton model. If you're a dad, look up Acton Academy. It's the coolest school ever. There wasn't really one at the time here where we live, so we helped to create one. And so this was like years in the making of figuring out, well, what is education to us? We don't want it to just be boring. We want our kids to be engaged. So we worked on this together. How much do you want to do bonding time with your kids? Again, if you're always away from your kids or if you're always together with your kids, it's kind of extreme. But how much is enough time to bond with your kids to where you would feel like you're successfully bonding with your kids? Because your kids need space too. I know some parents who are like, they don't have friends and they use their kids as their friends and the kids are like, yo, can you just give me some space? Whereas I also know some parents who are completely absent from their kids' life. So how much time is enough time to really feel bonded with your kids for their sake and for your sake? How much time do they need? How much time do you need? And negotiate that. Also, what kind of parent do you want to be? Do you want to be really serious? Do you want to be fun? And look at the percentage. Like, I like to be a fun father, but I'm also an introvert, so I need time alone. So I've realized that I can't always be the fun guy who's the life of the party 24/7 because I will burn out and I will die. I'll just straight up die of a heart attack. I need to sometimes be fun dad. Hey, let's go out and do something crazy. But I also need to, I feel the need to just be calm and teach my kids how to be calm and introspective and have deep, serious conversations. And also sometimes to just not say anything at all and just be in their presence and like explore the different sides to parenting. But in the beginning, I was comparing myself to other dads who are always joking around, being so loud, and that's just not me. So I want to be that some of the time, so I am some of the time because that's a part of my personality. But it's not the entirety. I also want to be serious sometimes. You see how that works? Another area worth thinking about is how much do you want your kids to rely on you? Because a lot of parents, they think, oh, I want my kids to come to me for everything. That creates a sense of dependency on their part. So what are the core issues that you would love them to rely on you. For me, it's natures of spirituality, natures of the heart, things to do with sexuality. I don't want anybody else teaching my kids about that stuff because that's really deep, intimate stuff that requires long-lasting relationships. And I'm more committed to my kids' life than anybody out there, so we should be able to talk about those things. But things about science, things about math and all this stuff, I don't want to pretend like I know everything about everything. I want them to be curious and to ask other people questions about this stuff. So look at your kids and think about what you would like for them to rely on you upon and what you'd like to outsource to other people, because I'm sure they have grandparents, aunts or uncles, cousins, friends at school, teachers, whatever, that would be more than happy to plug into their life and help to create this infrastructure of learning and growing so that's not all on your shoulders. So those are just some suggestions for you, but the main point of all of this is to define what success looks like, to figure out which areas are the most important to you. If I were successful in this, then I would feel like a great dad, and figure out where you stand in that. Don't be afraid to look at yourself, and if you feel like you're not doing great in that area, then start to think, how can I improve in that area? And all of a sudden it becomes manageable. It's not like this overwhelming feeling of failure. It's like, oh, I'm not doing great in this area, this one little area, and I can measurably improve that if I just invest in it little by little. Now I'm gonna give you a bonus tip here because I've seen it be true time and again. That is, when you're making these commitments to parenting, really look at your legacy. Meaning, when you're old, think about, meaning this, the amount of genuine, sincere desire that your kids have to hang out with you when you're really old is going to be proportionate to the amount of sincere desire that you had to hang out with your kids when they were young. It's very much correlated, and I would suggest that all of your activities, if you want to be taken care of by your kids and you want a strong relationship and a strong bond with them, if you want synergy with them, if you want co-creation with them when you're older, then it's important that you find ways to do that now while they're young, because that bond can be stretched, but it won't be broken if it's deep and if it's sincere. So just know this, you can absolutely be an amazing father starting today if you want, if you just create a metric for what amazing looks like and start to categorize it and start to improve every single day in these areas, and all of a sudden you just watch. You'll be getting better and better and better and better at dadding, at fathering, at being a husband, at life in general. I hope this was helpful as always. Please, if you like these videos, let me know, let me hear from you. I love to hear feedback on what I can make more videos about or how this information's impacting you. And always, if you subscribe, then it helps the channel to grow, it helps these ideas to spread, and that's a good thing for humanity. So I will see you in the next video. It's been a pleasure. Peace.